Okay, this is a reaction video from Deanna and Phil. Please click like, share, and subscribe for them as well as for me. 16 things not to do in Germany. Now, I've done a couple of these videos of what not to do in Germany, but I'm going to do another one. This is one I've never done before, but 16 things not to do in Germany.
What's up, everybody? We are Deanna and Phil. Deanna is from the United States and I am from Germany. And in this video, we're going over 16 things that you should not do in Germany.
Alright, so some of these things are a little more serious and some of them are going to be pretty funny, so let's just get right into it.
Alright, number one, you should never recycle wrong or throw away your Pfand.
Pfand!
What is Pfand?
So Germany is a pretty green country and people tend to take their recycling pretty serious. So if you're here, you should not just throw everything in one bucket, but separate it between plastic, metal, paper.
Now, we do that in the United States too. In fact, one of the places that I work at, you have separate bins for trash, and recyclables, and things like that. So I don't know, we take it very seriously in the United States. Maybe not as seriously as they do in Germany, but some places really do.
Rest and all that good stuff. I don't even know how
Now, we don't need 5 trash cans for that or 5 bins for that, but
many there are.
So Pfand is a deposit where you pay a little extra on bottles or cans and you'll usually return them at a little machine in the supermarkets where you get a voucher and your money back for doing a good thing. So never throw away your Pfand bottle. Pfand!
Number two, you should never drive on the left or the middle lane of the Autobahn. There's actually a law in place that requires you to drive on the right lane on the
I believe the left-hand lane is only for passing other cars, if I'm not mistaken. But you don't just park yourself there and just keep on driving that way. You have to you stay in the right-hand lane unless you're passing the car in front of you.
Autobahn at all times unless you're overtaking somebody. So if you're not planning to go super fast and overtake a lot of people, you're required to drive on the right lane. So don't drive in the middle or the left lane slowly and block traffic because people will get aggressive.
And honk. Number 3, don't walk in the bicycle lanes.
Yeah, they have bicycle lanes. I've seen them in Seattle before, and I don't see them a whole lot of them. But yeah, you know. I think that goes without saying. Don't walk in the bicycle lane because I know bicycle culture in Germany is very, very well known. Well, not well known. I think that's a very popular thing in Germany to ride bikes.
In Germany, there are a lot of different bicycle lanes in and out of the city, and especially in student towns, there'll be a lot of bikers. So don't walk in them. Walk in the pedestrian zones or a sidewalk. That's what they're for.
Number 4, do not address strangers using their first name.
Now, that's something I've never heard before. Okay. Now, if I know your first name, I don't know why I shouldn't address you because you can address me by my first name. But let's see.
It is kind of funny, but in Germany for the word you, if you address somebody, we have 2 versions. There is du and there is sie, and sie is a polite version. It also implies that sie, you're on a last name basis. So that is the polite version to use. And if you meet somebody for the first time, or especially an elder person, you use the polite form. You do not use their first name. You are on a last name basis and use the sie.
That's actually kind of strange to me to think about. We're on a last name basis, I call hi, my name is Phil. We call him Phil. Okay, we're on a last name basis. I gotta know who you are. So, okay, interesting thing to know.
Instead of the do. And if you get to know a person very well and you're on a friend basis, on a first name basis, then it's fine to use the first name and the do. Do Deanna.
Do Deanna. Number 5, don't use public transportation without a ticket. A lot of the public transport.
Now, when I was in Germany, I do remember people were telling me that just go ahead and get on the train or bus or whatever it was. Don't worry about the ticket because they don't always check it. And now we didn't do that. Okay, we listened to I'll never forget. We were getting ready to leave Germany, and we were about to get on the train, or we were heading to the train, and we had a bunch of the euro coins that we wanted to get rid of some of those things. And I almost said to my father, well, they haven't checked us at all. We had tickets on everything, but we didn't, they didn't check it at all. I almost said something to my father about it, but I didn't because I wanted to get rid of some of the coins. And so we got a ticket. And wouldn't you know, if I'd opened my mouth on on that one time, they actually checked it. They actually checked our ticket.
Transportation systems are controlled a lot, and there'll be men and women who just appear once the ride has started to check on everyone to see if they have a ticket.
Yeah, they're undercover. And the fines are usually kind of high or out of proportion with the ticket prices.
Yeah.
A number I always have in my mind is 60 euros, but nowadays it might be even more, like 80 or 100.
It's not worth it.
Okay, number 6, and this is a little bit more of a serious one. You should never show the Nazi salute or joke about Nazis.
With all due respect, I would never ever show the Nazi salute in Germany. Okay, that is absolutely classless. People in Germany, as I understand it, are not happy about their past in that regard. In fact, their country was split in two for a long portion of time. So, yeah, do not give the Nazi salute. Absolutely not.
Nazis in Germany. Of course, because of the history in Germany, it's kind of a forbidden thing to do, and most of the Germans nowadays were kind of raised by this post-World War II anti-Nazi generation. If another person comes to the country and does anything Nazi-related, it's so out of our minds that it's so weird that the world still thinks that. So that's quite offensive, and you should never ever do that. And by the way, the same thing also applies to sing the old version of the national anthem.
I remember the German national team was playing a game, and the old version of the German national anthem played by mistake, and it was it was really a bad thing. It really offended the Germans, rightfully so.
And I think around the world, a couple of people still think that might be it, and it's the one with the Deutschland, Deutschland über alles. That is the Nazi anthem. You're not allowed to sing that anymore. The real one is Einigkeit und Recht und Freiheit, blah blah blah. That's
Well, I would never ever sing the German national anthem, the Nazi, because I don't know it, nor would I sing the regular German national anthem. But I would, if I was in a situation, make sure I knew the right, if I had to, I make sure I knew the right one. I certainly would never sing the Nazi one.
That's the newer national anthem, and that's the only one that's supposed to be sung in Germany.
Number 7, don't gossip in English in public. Most Germans have a very decent grasp of English, and they'll probably understand you. I know it's very common when people go to other countries.
That is true. Most of the people in Germany that I encountered spoke English. So no, I mean, if you're gossip, well, first I don't know why you're gossiping anyway. But if you did gossip, then say it to yourself. Say it in a way where nobody else can hear what you're saying.
Countries, they tend to gossip in another language. I've heard it spoken in different languages all the time, and it's a little uncomfortable and embarrassing when other people understand you. So to avoid uncomfortable situations like that, gossip behind their back.
Number 8, you should never disrespect the German quiet hours.
What are quiet hours? Because they certainly didn't respect it when I was there. When they won a game, they were partying all night. I never encountered any of these German quiet hours.
So every day, or rather every night, from 10 p.m. till 6 or 7 a.m. the next morning, in Germany, by law, there are quiet hours. So you're not supposed to play loud music, do construction or anything like that. Most of the country kind of abides by that rule, which means there's very little noise pollution during the night when you're trying to sleep or relax. And I think it's a kind of a nice thing. So if you do that, the Germans probably will call the police.
There were no such thing as quiet hours in Frankfurt when Germany played, when Italy played. I never encountered quiet hours, but okay, I'll take your word for it.
It's on you because they think they're in the right and they do that, and the police knocks and turn it down. Never ever disrespect the quiet hours. Alright, so before we continue with the video, we want to take a quick moment to remind you guys, please go and like the video. It helps us out a lot. We're still a small channel. Subscribe.
Yes, please click like, share, and subscribe with them, and like, share, and subscribe for me. Good advice.
If you haven't already, I can see that about 80% of the viewers are not subscribed to the channel. Also, if you want to further support us, you can do that on Patreon. We have a Patreon page. It's patreon.com/DeannaandPhil. And we have different tiers of support and benefits that you get on there. And every support is highly, highly appreciated.
I don't have a Patreon page yet.
Yes, and we wanted to take a quick moment to shout out our newest soulmate Patreon, Jeff Lobig?
Jeff Lubik?
Lubik? We're not sure if it's the German or the English pronunciation. Correct us if we're wrong.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And back to the video.
So number 9, don't solely rely on credit card payments.
Yeah, that's something I've heard in Germany. They like cash. It's a cash society more than it is a card society.
In Germany, there's still a lot of things that are pretty cash-based, and sometimes your credit card will even be rejected from a stall or bakery or a vendor. So it's important to note and make sure you have cash on you. So number 10, don't expect small talk. If you're from the South and you're used to the good old...
Yeah, there's a lot of small talk in the United States. We like to talk. We like to hear ourselves talk. But yeah. I've understood about this. They don't like a lot of small talk in Germany.
Southern American small talk, that's not going to happen. And it's not trying to be rude. It's just a cultural difference. So don't expect to chat with a random stranger about the weather or something.
Number 11 is do not expect free water anywhere. So if you're used to the American way, you go to a restaurant and...
Yeah, at a restaurant you can get free water, but whenever I asked for water in Germany, it was a sparkling kind. So.
And the waiter comes right away with a nice bucket of cold-ass water and refills you for free all evening long. That is not a thing in Germany, and you should not expect that. I think it's quite of a dumb thing, but water in German restaurants is quite expensive and most of the times even bubbly.
Sprudelwasser.
So in some places you could actually ask for tap water and potentially get it for free, but a lot of places don't even do that, and if they do, it might be a little frowned upon. But in general, you should not expect free water.
Yeah, like I said, the water that I got was a sparkling kind. It wasn't the kind of water that you get in the United States.
Everywhere. Number 12. Do not enter a house with your shoes on. So all around Germany.
And again, that's something I've heard about too. Now, most places I go into, I wear my shoes. And in my house, you wear your shoes. But in my sister's place, where I'm in northeast Ohio right now, and I'm going to be going to my sister's place in about 10 minutes, and she expects me to take my shoes off. There are places in the United States they do the same thing.
Germany, it's pretty common to take off your shoes if you enter somebody else's house, or at least you should ask if you should take your shoes off. And sometimes they say, no, you don't have to, but a lot of times people take their shoes off right at the entrance, leave them there, and then just walk around in your socks.
Leave your dirty shoes in the front.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious how many of the
Says my shoes are dirty. My shoes are perfectly fine, thank you very much.
households do that. I would say the majority of the households in Germany do that thing and do not walk around with their shoes on. Maybe let us know in the comments below if you had to take your shoes off at your parents' house or how you do it at the moment.
So number 13, don't give advance birthday wishes.
Yeah, that's another thing I've heard.
Even if it's a day before someone's birthday and you will not see them on their birthday.
Yeah, in the United States, it's not uncommon to say early happy birthdays, or if you miss it, belated happy birthdays. But yeah, I know in Germany you don't do that in Germany.
Birthday, do not wish them a happy birthday.
It's not their birthday yet.
I learned that after coming to Germany. You are not allowed to wish them a happy birthday until on their birthday or after their birthday.
Yeah.
Which is kind of strange too. I mean, who the hell cares when you wish somebody a happy birthday?
Yeah, and I was surprised to
I
learn
guess they do.
in the US that a lot of
Answer my own question.
people do that actually.
Some people will have a party a week in advance if that just works with their schedules.
So much bad luck.
Yep, superstitions.
Number 14 is kind of a very serious one. You should never, ever expect to be dressed in a sauna.
Yeah, they talked about. I did a video on that, and that's one of the things they talk about in terms of sauna. Well, if you go to a sauna in Germany, you're going to be bare ass. Okay, that's the way they do it.
On every beach. All right, this is kind of a funny one. We just wanted to throw that in there. In Germany, in a sauna, usually you are naked. You go in with a towel and then you take it off or whatever, but you are actually not allowed to wear any clothing. If you wear clothing in there, people can get the whatever.
It's so hot. Why the hell would you wear clothes in there?
Security or supervisors, and they'll throw you out or make you undress.
You must be naked.
Yeah, there are also parts of beaches in Germany that are especially for nakedness, nudity.
Beaches.
Yeah, nude beaches. We call it FKK, Freikörperkultur. And on these beaches, you have to be naked. It's not allowed to wear any clothes.
Like fully naked?
Yeah, fully naked.
Yeah, so I've yet to go to a nude beach or a nude sauna, but I'm open to it.
Oh. Should I be concerned?
Why? I'm just gonna.
Okay, you don't look like any different from any other girl that I've ever seen. Probably have the same parts every other girl has. Same with you. But but I've heard about that. You go to a sauna in Germany, and you don't wear any clothes. That seems quite reasonable to me.
Be a whole bunch of older people. So number 15, don't abandon your shopping cart. I feel like in the US sometimes there'll be shopping carts spread throughout the parking lot and they'll just be like a shopping cart ghost town.
Yeah, that does sometimes happen in the United States. People will put their stuff in their cart and just push it away and then drive off. I guess in Germany you need to take it back to the corral.
In Germany, that is not the case. You need a coin to access.
You put a coin in there. That's right. You put a coin in there, you push it around, and I think you get the coin back when you push it back to where it belongs.
A cart, and you also want your coin back, so you have to return the cart to get your coin back. And it's a good system, it's nice, and there's not abandoned shopping carts everywhere.
And our last point number 16, is in Germany, you should not jaywalk.
We ain't in New York City.
Oh, that's something I know. That's something I was aware of when I was in Germany. Do not jaywalk. I did not jaywalk.
Yeah, but we're kind of in Berlin, so let's say you should not, but a lot of people still do it, although I think
I didn't see very many people jaywalk in Berlin. Maybe they did.
The majority of the people kind of follow the rules and they do not jaywalk.
And I've heard that Germans will stop you if you try and do something. That you don't go until it's time to walk, so the thing tells you to walk, and we followed that rule when we were there.
You should always cross where the little traffic light is, and then only when the green mannequin, not the red one. And it's not that hardly persecuted, but you can actually get fined if you get caught in the act jaywalking. So the police sees you, gets you, and I don't know how much it is, 5, 10, 20 euros, something like that. So you should not jaywalk in Germany. Alright, so those were our 16 things that you should not do if you go to Germany. Let us know in the comments below if you can think about any other things that you shouldn't do in Germany. Also, maybe you've been to Germany and some things of these might have happened to you. We would be curious to hear about that.
As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye! I wanted to...
Oh, bye, and well, thanks to them. Please click like, share, and subscribe for Dina Phil, and please click like, share, and subscribe for me. This was good. This was more interesting stuff. There were a few things that I didn't know, but thanks for watching, and have a good rest of your day, and have a Merry Christmas.